Questions of how one person died and several more were injured after a building exploded yesterday in Borough Park remain. Our Lynn Wagner is on the scene and joins us now with the latest in today's search for answers. Lynn.
Well, that's right, Vivian. Obviously, this is still very much an active scene here, almost 24 hours after yesterday's deadly gas explosion. You can still see some smoke rising from the rubble, and the smell of smoke can be detected as far away as a couple of blocks from here. Now, as I said, this is a joint investigation for sure. I've seen police officers here, firefighters, OEM is here, EMS workers, all of them working together to try to determine exactly what caused that explosion that left one woman dead and 3 passers-by injured. Those injuries occurred when the people walking by were struck by falling debris. In fact, shortly after the explosion, the entire front of the building fell off. I did manage to speak to one witness today about what he saw yesterday at that moment, as well as a woman who owns a business that's only 2 doors down from the explosion site, and she has yet to get back inside.
So like 8 firefighters standing there with the hose. We're looking at the building, and all of a sudden the whole front of the building started collapsing. They didn't see it. The whole crowd gave like a scream, and all of a sudden it fell, and they didn't realize it was like 2 feet beside them. They all jumped back as soon as that happened. It was like a miracle.
I didn't sleep the whole night. You know, I don't know, I don't even know how to, explain you how do I feel, because it's scary. I thought I'm coming here this morning, I'm going to be able to speak to someone, and now I see it's even worse than yesterday.
Now, officials believe that the explosion may have been caused by a resident attempting to move a stove. Again, the entire front of the building collapsed, and we're hearing that the rest of the structure could be demolished as early as later today. We're also expecting to hear from local officials a little later on. That's including Borough President Eric Adams. They're going to talk about some gas safety measures that they would like to see put in place. Now, the Red Cross has apparently been providing some services. They are housing 10 adults and 9 children who were displaced by the explosion. This explosion. No word yet on when this street will be reopened or when people will be allowed back into their homes or the neighboring businesses. But that is the latest from here in Borough Park. Lynn Wagner, back to you.
Lynn, just one question before we let you go. That's usually a pretty bustling neighborhood, especially the day after the Sabbath is observed. There's a strong Orthodox Jewish community there. What are you seeing in that corner as well as in the blocks around it?
Well, there certainly is crowds that are gathering on either side of the block here where this explosion occurred. I'm not really necessarily seeing a lot of bustling because I think a lot of the businesses on this block and the neighboring blocks are shuttered because of what happened, and people are being told to go around the area. But there certainly are people who are stopping by to catch a glimpse of this building as it does remain. I mean, smoke is continuing to rise out of it, and they are looking at this investigation and wondering when they're going to be allowed back on the street.
Okay, Lynn Wagner, thank you.